We are covering vocabulary-in-context questions, a critical component of the reading comprehension subtest on the AFOQT. These questions present a word from the reading passage and ask you to identify its closest meaning within that specific context. The classic format is, in line 23, the word champion most nearly means X. The fundamental mistake candidates make is treating this like a standard word knowledge question, where you simply pick the most common synonym. On this part of the exam, however, the context provided by the sentence and surrounding passage is the only thing that matters. The test makers will deliberately choose words with multiple meanings and then use one of the less common ones in the passage. The incorrect answer choices will often be correct dictionary definitions of the word, but they will not fit the sentence. Let's use an example. Imagine a passage about a political activist that says, "She continued to champion the cause of voter registration, even when it became unpopular." The question asks what champion most nearly means. The answer choices might be A. Victor, B. Support, C. Athlete, and D. Excel. A test taker relying only on general word knowledge might see champion and think of a victor or an athlete. But in the context of a cause, to champion something means to fight for or support it. The only way to be certain is to substitute the choices back into the sentence. She continued to victor the cause makes no sense. She continued to support the cause fits perfectly and maintains the sentence's original meaning. She continued to athlete the cause is nonsense. The most common exam trap is picking a valid synonym that is contextually wrong. Consider another example from a technical passage. The engineers had to arrest the turbine's rotation before it exceeded safety limits. What does arrest mean here? The choices could be A. Detain, B. Stop, C. Capture, D. Prosecute. The most common meaning of arrest relates to law enforcement, making detain or prosecute tempting. However, in a mechanical context, to arrest motion means to stop it. Substituting the answers proves this. The engineers had to stop the turbine's rotation is the only choice that makes logical sense. This skill is vital because it directly tests your ability to comprehend nuanced written material, which is a core competency for any military officer. Strong performance here boosts your reading comprehension score, which is a key part of the verbal composite score that determines your eligibility for most Air Force officer career fields. The most effective mental shortcut to remember on exam day is this: when in doubt, swap it out. This phrase forces you to perform the substitution check, which is the single most reliable technique for these questions. Do not rely on your vocabulary alone. Let the sentence be your guide. The context wins every time. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.